It's Thursday morning, and it's time for Tech for Seniors Live, where technology gets its deserved deep dive. This isn't happening via Zoom, so we can't see who's joining the show. So please sign in to the chat box below as we gather around the screen, both far and wide, with curiosity as our ever-trusty guide. We'll navigate the digital seas, a knowledgeable crew, exploring all the tech tips, both old and new. No need for cameras, no need for dress. Just bring your questions and we'll address. From gadgets to apps and all the tech lore, we're here to help, to teach, and much more. So type away in the chat. Don't be shy. Our tech-savvy hosts are here to reply. It's Thursday morning. Let the tech talk flow at the Tech for Seniors Live, the best tech show.
Digital wallets for children. Yes, being released now. And what is Jarvis? I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live. It is November the 7th, 2024. Welcome, everyone. We have a great show for you today. Lots of interesting tech news of the week. And we'll be talking, of course, about digital wallets for children and Jarvis. What is Jarvis? We'll be talking about that in just a minute. For those of you who are probably wondering who we are, well, we're a group of seniors who like to talk and talk and talk. And we, of course, have our Monday show, which we've going to be going on now for almost 6 years. So we have that on Monday. So if this is, of course, is a news-related show. If you haven't dropped by and seen us on Monday, let me just bring up our information. You can find out about all our how to get to the show at www.techforsenior.com. And also, you might want to sign up for our newsletter if you haven't. We have a ad-free newsletter. Comes out twice a week. Lots of good information on that. So you can keep in touch with us at techforsenior.com. This, of course, is being broadcast out on StreamYard, and it broadcasts out to Facebook and to YouTube. Speaking of Facebook, we're going to be going over a lot of news articles today. And on our screens, they're itty-bitty little articles, so they're sometimes hard to see. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can just go over to go to Facebook and type in Tech for Senior, and you'll find us there, and you can follow all the articles that we post. And just to let you know that we do post articles every day. So as we all go through the news We find news articles you might be interested, post it there. So if you have a computer club or you're interested in keeping track of tech articles, good place to go. We have lots of articles here, and that's what we go through when we go through the news articles today. Let me just introduce our cast of the geniuses we've assembled today, the international panel, the people with lots of enthusiasm, and of course, the man who's just spent the last week so busy, Huey Popluck. Finally, your all your activities are over, but now you've got your WinSig. You've got WinSig on Sunday, which I'll put up here. Do you want to just let everyone know what WinSig is and how they might be able to come to it?
Short for Windows Special Interest Group. It's a combination of it's put on by the Sarasota Technology User Group STUG in Sarasota, Florida, and the Central Florida Computer Society in the Orlando area, and we talk about all things Windows and some things about computers and Google and so on. We throw in a few of those as well, but mostly about Windows. And we check articles from the past month, and we just go over a lot of the new technology, what's coming, and then some different ways to do things. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of good information. We've been doing it for 25, 30 years now.
Very good. And Bob, of course, had a very special event that happened yesterday, and he was out shoveling it this morning. So, Bob, do you want to tell us? You're the first person that it's happened to this year. Tell us what the event was.
Snow. White stuff.
The white stuff.
I didn't have to shovel, but I did have to clean off the truck because there was quite a bit of snow piled up on it. Now, if I look outside now, half of it's already melted. Streets are already clear. Driveway is clear. But we had snow.
You did, eh? Well, there you
we
go.
thought the shoveling was all over with the election being done.
Yeah. Kind of shoveling.
There you go. And of course, Ray, I don't know why it is. Ray, of course, lives in Pine, Arizona. I always think you get snow first. I think you up in the mountains and the peaks and so on and so forth. And I always think you would get snow first, but no, Bob beat us all.
Bob beat me this year for sure. I don't know that I can recall us getting, maybe in November. Yeah, we've had snow in November, but towards the end of the month, not the first week or so. So that's the difference. But yeah,
right.
No snow yet. Although it gets down into it was below freezing last night. I think it was 29. So we could have had.
Oh, it's getting cold, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Ray and Ray may be in the mountains. I have mountains right by me, and I sit at 5,000 feet in elevation. So
yeah, I forget about that. Yeah,
you're a mile high. I'm a little bit higher, 5,500.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, interesting. Well, Huey and Dan and I are at water level, right? We're down on the ocean.
Yeah, I'm at 8 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the higher places in the area. So.
Yeah. So, and if I walk out my front deck here, I can stick my toes in the water. So I'm on the salt water. So, but we have mountain range right behind us, which is a big ski hill up there. So we do have, and of course this new skis are arriving for my family. That's coming for Christmas. So we keep hoping there will be lots of snow. But people don't come to listen about the weather report. They come to listen about news technology. And do we have anyone listening to us, Huey?
And they're all talking about the weather.
Okay,
here's the first one.
Yes.
He was on before we were on.
I know. Waiting patiently to receive some Q-tips. Well, you're going to get
some quality tips. And he's in Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah. Well, welcome. And thank you for coming and listening. Mike Lehman. Yes. In Moncton, New Brunswick, where it is sunny and 7 degrees or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan, 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Sally Ann, the weekend will bring rain, and more rain. Yes, indeed. Richard Clarkson, California, 61 degrees now, going up to 76 degrees later on. Yes, that's where Californians really like to brag about the weather in California. It should be good for you. Welcome.
Yeah, and it
Nice
was
to see you,
81 here earlier, and it's going up to 86.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
James Martis, Cookeville, Tennessee, 71 degrees, cloudy. Hopefully to get rain and ease our drought. Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 47 degrees and sun, but I think you're going to get some rain. Rain's coming. Mike Ungerman, nice fall day in Central Florida. Another hurricane is passing by. By the way, by way out of Gulf Mexico. No threat this time. So that's going to bypass you guys. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's probably going to hit Mexico.
Okay. James, ignoring politics, Black Friday sales, Temu and AliExpress, where do you shop? All of the above. All of the above.
Mhm.
Richard Clarkson, hit thumbs up button to help the guys out. That would be very nice. Thanks, Richard. Thumbs up is always a good idea. Like and subscribe. Liz Milford, Ohio, partly cloudy, 58 degrees. Jeff, 59 degrees Fahrenheit here in Long Beach, California. Mike Ungerman, James Martis, Amazon, and Newegg for Tech. Jim Gould, well, Geeks on Tour. Hi from Geeks in South Florida. Of course, Chris and Jim are a regular on our show and do a lot of presentations. Thank you. And we're, of course, just got back from a big trip through the Panama Canal. Albert says, I'm in Barcelona, no snow here. Excellent. Geeks on Tour, no snow, 86 degrees. Yeah, I know. It's Florida. We know that. Betty says, hi from Clearwater, Florida. Overnight, it was 80, not normal. Clark Walker, no need to wear flannel near Trenton, New Jersey. Nice 74 degrees Fahrenheit, no rain. Being 40 degrees since we got
40 days.
40 days since we got 0.11 inches. Really?
We moved out of New York to get away from the cold.
Yeah.
And now New York's in the 70s and we're in the 35.
Albert says, can I send email and inquiry to? Yes. The email, I guess I don't have it. It's tech for senior info, info at gmail.com. I should
He can also go to www.techforsenior.com. I think there's a place there that they can contact us as well.
Yeah. So, but our email is tech for senior, no S, info, info at gmail.com. All right. Diane, hi from Leesburg, Florida. Excellent.
Okay,
well, good group. Good group today. All right, let's get on. They, we got to do our job here and get going with our news articles. The first one that I wanted to talk about today, which is a little different topic, but I must tell you, a lot of people were preoccupied this week, so news articles were harder to find. Life was a little bit different. So the things that I wanted to talk about today is Google announced that it's bringing out Google Wallet for children. And I thought, I personally, after discussing it with both my daughters who have children this is going to affect, I think it's probably a good idea. But I thought I would just bring this up, and everyone has their opinion. One of the things that I think is important, and one of the reasons I brought it up today, is I just wanted to discuss what a digital wallet is. Now, many of you are worried that a digital wallet actually holds money or actually holds some wealth or something like that. But let me explain how the Google, of course, has one, Apple has one, and Samsung has digital wallets. Now, if you take your credit card and you go to a store and you have to buy something, you may take your credit card and put the credit card in a machine. In other words, the receiver, and you put your credit card in, and it will ask you for a PIN number, and then you put a PIN number in. And that means that machine now has stored your credit card number and your PIN number. Now, in most cases, that machine is a friendly machine. In other words, it's provided by the bank and everything is fine. But in some cases, that's a bad machine, and it's now got your PIN number and your credit card information. So that's a bad decision, right? And there are skimmers that are on gas machines. We've talked a lot about this in the past. So you want to get away from actually physically putting something in and storing something in a machine. So that there comes in the idea of a digital wallet. And so this is a digital wallet is provided by Google, Samsung, and Apple. And these, of course, are in Europe now and in Southeast Asia and even Canada and the United States now. Not a little less in North America, but certainly in Europe and Southeast Asia. These are really where everything is going now. We've talked a lot about articles about this. And the idea is that when you set your digital wallet up on your phone, is that it links your credit card, or it could be a debit card. That was the other thing is if you put your card in and it does capture your PIN number and your credit card number, that's clearly fraud, and that clearly is what your credit cards are there to protect you against, right? So you're going to get your money back for sure, but not so much with a debit card. A debit card is like cash. Bad decision. So if you put your debit card into one of these machines, that's even worse. That's a no-no, because that's a cash transaction and you're not going to get your money back. So coming up to your digital wallet on your phone is that the digital wallet on your phone takes the information, links it to your credit card, but when you do a tap and pay on your phone, which is your digital wallet, it sends a transaction code to the receiving machine. There's no personal information that goes. It's not possible. It's only a number. It's a transaction number that goes to the machine that is receiving it, and that's what a digital wallet is. Now you can put your credit card, debit card, a lot of different cards into your digital wallet. So this is how a digital wallet works. And I use a digital wallet. Used it last night when I went to get some Chinese food, because our vendor doesn't take credit cards, so they take debit cards, and I'm not going to put my debit card in their little machine in this little place that does great Chinese food, but a little sketchy on if I want to use their machine, right? So I guess that's a digital wallet. So the question then comes up is children. Now I guess we're all grandparents, but it's common when kids have to take money to school for lunches. They have to take money to school for activities. Kids are kids, and they lose the money. Someone steals the money. They can't find the money. But kids always have their phone. Like they do look after their phones. Like they don't want to lose the phone, or they're really in big trouble. So the idea is that then, instead of having stuff that they could lose, they have a digital wallet on the phone. And of course, that is supervised by parents. And this leads into what Google is doing. Google announced that it's bringing Google Wallet and Tap to Pay support to family-linked devices next year. The functionality will let kids use cards and passes on their device with parental supervision. After first appearing on the Fitbit Ace LTE smartwatch, it'll soon come to family-linked Android devices. Google is bringing a long-related feature to Android phones managed with Family Link next year, Google Wallet for Kids. The company told 9 to 5 Google that starting in 2025, kids will be able to download the Google Wallet app on the supervised Family Link devices, making contactless payments possible. Of course, there will be a handful of tools and limitations that give parents control over their child's activity. For a starter, the version of Google Wallet making its way to kids won't include support for online payments. Kids can make in-store purchases using Google Wallet's tap and pay feature, but can't buy things online. Additionally, parents will have to approve a credit or debit card before it can be added to the child's Google Wallet app. Every time a kid wants to make a purchase, they'll need to authenticate the contactless payment, just like a full Google Wallet app. And for starters, that we just did that one, and that's good. So that is how it's going to work. So any comments? What do you think, Huey?
I'm totally against it.
So you don't like it?
I don't like it. I just don't think kids should have that responsibility of having that on their phones. I think it leaves a way for hackers to uh, get into information or control it. And if their phone gets taken or stolen, uh, you know, there's no protection unless the kids have really been using passwords, and there's no guarantee. And a lot of parents don't know how to control it, and so it leaves the responsibility on the kids.
Do
So
you use do you use a digital wallet?
I do not. Most of the time, I sometimes use my uh, credit card and do the tap to pay, but I don't always do that. I usually put it in the machine and let it read the chip.
Okay. Bob, any comments?
Yeah, agree with Huey. I don't think kids ought to have that. It's bad enough handling cash because they can't do that. Now they're in essence going to be handling somebody else's money because they don't have it. And if something goes wrong, if you're the one who's handing the kids the money and they're in essence, you're the one liable. Okay. End result is the parent or grandparent, whoever's responsible, is still the liable person when something goes wrong.
Bob, do you use a digital wallet?
Very, very seldom.
Okay. Ray, any comments?
Yeah, Ron, can you give me the age group when they say kids?
Oh, that would be dependent upon the parents. I would think, I mean,
Well,
if kids
what's
are
the
going to be,
youngest? What's the
I mean,
youngest?
these kids would be probably in, they would be in grades 6 to 12, maybe, or maybe a little bit older.
So
I mean,
they're 11, starting at
they'd
11
have to
years
have,
old.
they'd
Is
have
that
to
what
have
you're saying?
phones. They'd have to have a phone, right? They'd have to have a
Don't you
cell phone.
understand there's a big difference when you say kid between, say, somebody who's 12 and somebody who's 5?
Right.
So that's why I'm asking the question, what do they
Right.
mean when they say kids?
Right.
There are kids that are 5 and 6 that have phones.
Yeah, absolutely. But do we want to entrust them with making payments?
Yeah.
I don't see the
Yeah.
benefit. Can you name 3 benefits of this?
Yeah,
Well,
if you're a store owner.
No, well,
for the 3 benefits for the kid and the parent.
yeah, well, I sort of alluded that in the article here is basically it's safety. In other words, if you give children money and they take it to school and they have to buy school lunches or they want to buy as a pop on the way home,
You buy the
then
school
they,
lunches in advance.
they're, it's a
Most
problem.
schools have it where you pay. I did this for my grandson when my daughter was having problems. I paid for his lunches for a month in advance, so
Right.
he didn't have to bring cash. The idea of kids bringing cash is kind of outdated now, Ron. But I don't see this as being the answer.
Okay. I want to move on. I want to talk about Jarvis. Now, this is an article on Jarvis confirms. So the reason I'm talking about this is for 2 reasons. Bob did a great video on this, and Google confirms Jarvis AI is real by accidentally leaking it. Now, I'm going to play you a little clip. Bob did a great video on this. I'm going to play you about the first minute of the video, and then we might play the other part of it on Monday, but I just want to give you a lead up as to what this is, because it's going to come out probably in the next month. And we always like to be a leading group here. So let's have a look and find out what Jarvis is.
Gemini provided me with this inside scoop on Jarvis. What is Jarvis? Imagine a superpowered digital assistant living in your computer. That's essentially what Google's Jarvis aims to be. It's not just another chatbot. It's designed to be an autonomous AI agent that can understand your requests and actually do things for you online. Think of it as a blend of Google Assistant on steroids and a really helpful personal assistant. What can Jarvis do? Web wizardry. Jarvis can browse the web like a pro, finding information, comparing products, and even making purchases for you. Imagine asking it to find me the best deal on noise-canceling headphones, and it not only finds them, but also checks reviews and places the order. Form filler. No one likes filling out forms. Jarvis can automate this tedious task, saving you time and hassle.
All right. Now I wanted just to this comes a few weeks ago after initial news in October about Google working on a helpful web companion. Apparently, some people installed the extension before it was taken down, but they couldn't use it. The software required certain areas of permissions. Jarvis is an AI agent that would surf the web for you. It aims to take care of tasks that are easily to automate so you can focus on more complex computing. So that is what Jarvis is all about, and it's coming. Probably, I'm not sure if it's going to be a competitor to Chat GPT search. Do you think that's, Bob, maybe what the goal of Jarvis is? I'm trying to figure out where this is going to fit in our scheme of things.
Oh, it's the AI part of Windows that they've been pushing back. Okay, it's going to be similar to that. And I understand that was just delayed again because they're still worried about security concerns.
Okay.
And that's my concern with this, the security concerns.
Okay. Yep. Now it won't, and the other thing is it won't be called Jarvis. Jarvis is just the
correct.
Yeah.
That's a code name for the prototype.
Okay. Huey, any other comments before we get going with
I'm always afraid of things that automate purchases because number one, sometimes I want to use one credit card and other times I want to use another one. Sometimes I want to use one email address for a purchase and sometimes another. And, I don't think it's going to be able to differentiate that. It's going to take the certain information and buy something for you. And I still am not comfortable with that.
Okay. Do we have any other comments that are coming in?
Let's see. G. Albert had a little bit more to ask about.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to share photos and videos with friends and family who have different types of devices. Does anyone have a reliable methods they've used? Probably a good one that we have lots of videos about that. Good question. This is a show about tech news. So Google Photos is a good option for that. But this is more of a tech news. But a good question. And probably one we could bring up on our Monday show. And if you come over and have a visit us Monday, that's a good question to ask.
Yeah, Google Drive and Microsoft's OneDrive are another way you can share information and specify what you want to share.
Richard Clarkson, can you use digital wallets online, not actually in a store? Yes, you can use digital wallets online as well.
With the kids, the way it sounded in the article was the kids' wallet. They're not going to be able to do that online.
The kids can't use it online.
Yeah,
they have to be physical. Go to a physical tap and pay.
Yeah.
For an adult, not a kid. Richard says.
Yep.
Mike Ungerman, Cortana was claimed by Microsoft to be the Jarvis of those days. It's turning off. Same reason Miss A on Amazon boxes. Not for me. Yeah, I'm not sure where this is going to go. Mike, I agree with you. I don't know where this is going to go, but interesting, it's coming. So we'll see what's going to come with this. Diane, digital wallets for children need to be a parent's decision, of course, but the majority of parents and grandparents do not understand the new technology when it comes out. So I would be concerned it would get out of hand. Well, good thought. Yep. Jarvis, I think others are leapfrogging Jarvis. I'm using a couple of AI tools like ScaleNut, Free Copy AI, Writer, Anywhere, so on and so forth. Okay.
You're using some that I'm not familiar with. So yeah. I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot out there.
They may be European based.
Yeah, they could be. So we'll see. All right, let's get going with the articles. Let me just get my screen up. And
go ahead. You need to update.
I'll refresh.
Or refresh.
Who's being putting on?
Bob always does something while we're working.
Yeah. How did you know?
Chat.com, Bob. What's this?
Well, if you used to go to Chat GPT, you don't have to do so much typing. Just type in chat.com and you wind up at Chat GPT. They just
Yeah, they
purchased that domain for a
Oh,
fortune. So
okay.
that's a
yeah.
shortcut to get to Chat GPT.
As an example, the people they bought it from paid $15 million for that domain name. So you wonder what ChatGPT paid for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Unlocking the future, Bob.
Discover how artificial intelligence is seamlessly weaving into our everyday lives.
And it's a
And
lot.
a lot, a
Eh,
whole lot more than most people realize.
All right.
Yeah, and if you're avoiding to learn about AI, you really are missing the boat because a lot of it's going on and you don't realize it.
Right. So this is now just to let everyone know this is a video Bob has made. If you click this, it'll play the video for this. So if you that's it's not an article. Let's come down. Keep coming here. Okay. I think we got Huey.
Yeah, this is a place for news about AI that I had not seen before, and it's from CNET. They actually have at the top you can click on AI, and so it's cnet.com/AI-atlas, and they have a lot of information about AI and AI news. So it's another place for us to gather information about AI and more things for us to read. Bob and Ron and
Yeah, but
Ray.
if we spend all the time reading all the things that are out there, we'll never get to use it.
That's the problem I'm having.
Now I just want to go over to Huey. I think there's some stuff coming up here I can't see. So do you want to follow me down?
Yep, this is in gadgets. Apple is buying the developer of one of iPhone's best photo editing apps. So they're going to be able to, they'll own something that's is touted as good as Photoshop, and it's going to be part of Apple.
All right. And the next one down is Ray's.
Okay. Amazon has approved for Arizona drone deliveries.
Great.
This actually starts with the FAA, Federal Aviation Authority. Amazon can fly its newer, smaller delivery drones into this little town called Tolleson, which is just a city west of Phoenix. And it's been Amazon's goal for years, and they've invested billions of dollars in this concept, but so far the progress has been slow. So hopefully this will be a little bit more groundbreaking.
Yeah, and they're only going to be delivering certain items with it.
And no, they're not going to deliver eggs.
Hey, Ray, are they going to deliver it to your house or will it go to a sort of a parking lot where you can just go up and get it in the...
Actually, the initial concept is to your home.
Okay.
It'll come and deliver it and drop the package somewhere on your property.
All right. Cool.
And if you've got a watchdog that likes that's really good, it may not make it out of the yard.
Moving on from Windows 10.
Okay.
Ray's.
Now we talk about this from time to time. How many people are still using Windows 10 versus Windows 11? Well, it's starting to change. The latest data shows a significant shift from Windows 10 to 11. Like in the last 2 months, over 50 million users have upgraded Windows 10, and it's now 60% for Windows 10 and 36% for Windows 11. So Windows 10 is still in the lead, but with now less than a year to go for the when Windows 10 will no longer be supported, we're starting to see a change. I've been saying for months that 2025 will be the best year for purchases of a new PC, as all the people that have Windows 10 will finally be looking to purchase something new. Nothing new under the sun here. Microsoft is building its first data center with wood. So it's going to make it with this super strong, ultra lightweight wood in a bid to slash the use of steel and concrete, which are among the most significant sources of carbon emissions. So their hybrid data centers are the latest example of how it's working to decarbonize its data center and construction operations. So I thought that was pretty unique. I always refer to these as back to the future.
Ray, Ray, you know where that's going to occur?
I don't remember. I read the article and I don't remember.
I would think it would be, that'd be a tough one for Arizona, though, particularly down in the Phoenix area. I mean, wood just wouldn't hold up, I would think. In that,
well, they call it a super strong, ultra lightweight wood. So it's not just the wood that you're getting, converted from a tree. There's much more that goes into making it something that will preserve.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't start a fire with cement or with steel, but you certainly can with wood.
Yeah, and when it gets what was your last temperature? 130 degrees in Arizona.
That might do it. You're right, Ron.
Yeah.
This is Ray as well.
Okay, hydrogen engines may can't pronounce revolutionize the world. So, as a comparison for EV cars, this article makes the point that hydrogen engine technology could be the future of the automobile industry as well, due to its reliance on renewable energy. The knock against electric vehicles, they use batteries and that are lithium, which involves unsustainable mining. And at home, they are charged with electricity, which is still largely produced from fossil fuels. So I think this will catch on, but it's going to take a while.
Ron, this is you.
Okay, let me come over. We'll come back to me. I can pop up here. All right. This is a Pixel phones reportedly getting a highly anticipated battery charging limit feature. For those of you, another article where to come up is the Pixel November drop is out now, the new update. Bob, I think you're going through that now.
I've updated.
Okay. So apparently in this update, you will now be able to set the limited, so you'll be able to set the charging limit. So you will only have to charge your phone to 80%. Now, the idea behind this, for those of you who don't know, is that a lithium battery has only so many total charges that you can use in it. And that triggers it by totally charging it up to the top and discharging it and then charging it back up. To charge it to the top and fully charge it is when the trip resets it to the second charge. And if you only charge it to 80%, then it never gets to fully charged, so it doesn't get to the clock to tick on the maximum number, right? So that's the idea about only charging it to 80%. And this is apparently an option on the new Pixel, the update that just came out. Bob's done it, just did it. I haven't updated mine yet. So.
My flip phone has had that. Even my older flip 3 phone has had that feature. And most of us today are either in our homes or our cars, so we always have opportunities to charge the phone. So I've been doing the 80% since I've gotten my new phone, and hopefully that'll make it last longer.
Ray, so that's an option. So that's I don't have a Samsung phone, I got a Pixel, so that's already on the Samsung phones.
For years. I mean, my Flip 3 had that option, and that's a 4-year-old technology. So that's been around on the Android or in this case, Samsung phones for a while.
Okay. Now this was an article that came out, and I wanted to. Now, what this is about is sideloading Android apps on your phone. The nasty Android Trojan is hacking calls to your bank and sending them to hackers. How to stay safe. But when you read the article is actually about sideloading apps, not in the Play Store, but sideloading them onto your Android phone, and the danger to that. And Bob and I, and I'm sure everybody here, we've been talking for years that you should not download and sideload apps that without going through the Play Store. And of course, Apple's the same situation. But just to let everyone know, I sideloaded an app last week, and it becomes a big problem because companies like DJI, which is a big maker of drones and drone technology. And also the reason I was loading it was because of the app I needed to run my Pocket 2 camera. I need that on my, and I was putting it on my old Pixel 3 phone, and it won't, and it's not in the Play Store. None of the DJI apps are in the Play Store. So, which creates a huge problem because there are a lot of companies that do have apps out now and they can't load them into the Play Store. So you have to side load them. And DJI is probably the most common one everybody knows about. So that is a problem. And I just wanted to, Bob, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, not offhand.
Not offhand.
Yeah, and
DJI.
DJI drones. DJI is a big company, massive company. They make all the basically all. If you go to Costco and you buy drones, or you want to buy a drone today, it would be made by DJI. DJI is an electronics.
I'm a little leery because that drone is again a Chinese product, and you're now side loading. And what are you really side loading?
Right.
Yeah,
but also
DJI is a Chinese company.
Right.
But so are all
one of the companies that is being looked at as to maybe you shouldn't be using those drones anymore. But
yeah,
that's getting into politics, and who knows what happens next year.
Right. And 100% of your vacuums that you use, your robotic vacuums used, are all made in China and all have apps that download off the Play Store, right? So
and they can really get the dirt on you.
That's right. Exactly. Anyway, that was interesting. Now this was really interesting. Huey, did you see this? You did was it you that did the talk on cables?
Yes, I wasn't talking about cables, but I did talk about Anchor and the power banks that you can buy from Anchor. And this is one of the cables you can.
Well, this is the cable. This is new cables that have come out. This is the new Anchor's new USB-C cables. Are everything I'd want from a cable. They are USB-C power line 3 cables. They're super strong, fast, tangle free, and you know, we've talked about this a lot, but just as quick summary, USB-C cables are not all equal, right? And some are some can be used for data, some can be used for power, some can be used for different things. But you will often, if you try to connect your device and do something with it and it won't work, it's because you've got the wrong USB cable.
Yep.
Now, because they're made to do different things. So all USB-C cables are not the same. This cable will do it all and is very well made and highly rated. It just came out. So have a look at this. I think.
What is the price of it? What does it cost?
You know, that's a very good question. Does it give a price here? No, I'll have to look it up. It doesn't give. I don't think it's right. But the article is there and you can look at it. But Anchor's new USB cables are everything you'd want. Anyway, good. It's a good art. I think it's worth looking at.
I'd love to see it where the manufacturers actually imprint on the cable itself what its specifications are.
Wouldn't that be smart?
Much easy for everybody else.
Wouldn't that be smart, Ray? Wouldn't that be just like, why wouldn't you want to do that? It's
the article does say that the cables are priced between $17 and $19. And yes, just an extra $2 for an additional yard of cable for 3 feet.
Thank you.
But
You
Ray,
did skip an article.
Yeah, like with one of my digital cameras I have, it's not a GoPro, but a GoPro knockoff. If I don't use the one cable that came with it, if I plug that into my computer, I can't see the drive. It won't work. I have to use that USB cable. And just imagine, I've got a box of them. If you ever, I've got a box of these things. So you can imagine how many support calls they get saying it won't work. And it's just because it's the wrong cable. So if you do have something and you can't connect it to your computer, it's likely the cable.
Yeah, right? That one-of-a-kind cable you put in a special place.
And even if it's a high-speed cable, if you don't plug it into a high-speed plug into a block that goes into your power supply, if it's not a high-speed block, you're not going to get the high speed either to charge it quicker.
Good point.
Now, I brought this article up because I wanted to let everybody know what and this has to do with the new Copilot Plus PC computers that are out with the Snapdragon, the Snapdragon processor in, because it's using the Snapdragon processor and those devices is using an emulator to emulate the Intel architecture for some of the older software. And the reason that I'm mentioning this is because if you are considering buying a Copilot Plus PC, you really want it, and you're a gamer, or you have some legacy game or something that you're using, you want to make sure that the architecture it will run, because not all of that software will run on this new Windows PC that is being released this year. Now, to change that though, is Microsoft is bringing out a new emulator, could bring more games to Windows on ARM. So they're bringing out another feature as an emulator that will be able to help with this, because there have been a lot of complaints about legacy software not running. So this is so if you're in that situation, you may this may help you. So this is coming out.
Just remember that an emulator is not the genuine article, and it may not run as quick going through an emulator as it would if it was running on the actual design device. Yep.
Just this was an article on the Apple's Mac M4 Max Pro that was just released, and it's got great reviews. That's just all I'm going to say. It's this whole round of latest chip releases and new Apple products, including their Mac Mini that's come out. Great products and really good stuff. So if you are thinking about a new Apple device, have a look at some of the recent stuff they've just released. Good stuff. Oh, do you guys want to make $1 million?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
here's lottery every week. It still doesn't work.
All right. So Microsoft is so desperate for people to drop Google for Bing, it's offering you a $1 million reward.
Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
As Microsoft's rewards loyalty program couldn't get any better, it's offering a chance to win $1 million if you make the transition from your current search engine to Bing starting October the 8th. It may sound too good to be true, but as Windows Central reports, anyone in the United States, United Kingdom, Puerto Rico, Canada, France, Germany has the chance of becoming a millionaire just by browsing on Bing and entering the sweepstake for free. This isn't the first time Microsoft has done this. So anyway, there you go. I just thought, you first heard it on Tech for Senior Live.
I don't know. You said October 8th. I don't think we're the first to announce this, if that came out on October 8th.
Yeah. Well, it's just the article. This article was just written on November 4th. So it's been out for a while, but you guys didn't know about it. So the only thing I asked is give us 5% if you win the $1 million. I feel because you learned about it on our Monday show, we should be able to get something. So anyway, just thought you would thought you'd like to know that. Let's get one more article in before we look at any comments. Notepad, God bless Notepad. Microsoft Notepad. Ray, you always talk about Notepad. Microsoft Notepad to get AI-powered rewriting tool on Windows 11. Another reason for switching to Windows 11.
But it's not there yet, not even on the insider preview that I use. So
right, but
this is coming somewhere down the line.
But it does sound promising. Where if you've got something in your Notepad, you can highlight it and then tell it to go out and find more information on it, or to rewrite information, all within the Notepad program. So it's going to be pretty powerful, and it's going to be, and I use Notepad a lot. So I think I will obviously use it once it's available. But like Bob said, it's not.
You can close. Right now, the version I have, you can do a right click from something you selected, And one of the options is to search with Bing, but it doesn't have that to me isn't AI.
So interesting. I just thought, we keep on the show, on our Monday show, we keep resurrecting Notepad. Someone said, he says, I still use Notepad, and oh, whoa. So it's sort of interesting.
It's my most used program or app.
Yep, I use it a lot.
Oh, you guys,
myself.
okay, good. All right. Well,
Yep.
interesting. Huey, any comments before we move into the last? 15
let's see. This was the last one, so here we go.
Mike says, I've been watching YouTube videos showing drones delivering bombs in Ukraine versus Russia combat. So I guess Amazon should be successful with package delivery by bombs away. There comes your parcel. But Ray, the more wood that is used on construction, the less trees to convert carbon dioxide to oxygen. Sounds counterintuitive to me.
Mike makes a good point. I have to see like a survey though done compared to what the effect is of concrete and steel versus wood.
All right.
Yeah, but a lot of people talk about not using paper products because you're saving the trees. You're not saving the trees because most of these trees are grown specifically for this purpose.
Right.
And replanted when harvested.
Yeah.
And 19 Geeks on Tour.
That was about the anchor cables. Yeah.
They looked up the price of the delivery.
Yeah. Delivery today. He's got one already on order. Mike Lehman, is that where Elon Musk got the idea of Bing?
That's it. We're caught up.
All right, let's keep going. Yes, just an article. This is an article out today. Just there. I have a video out about. I'm not going to go into Chat GPT search. We played the video last week on our Monday show. It's on our channel. If you want to learn more about Chat GPT search, it's only available yet for people who have the plus or paid version of Chat GPT. That will change, and this should be free to everybody. Now, the one thing I will say, people asked me last week, they said, we search on Chat GPT now, and we search on Copilot, and we do searches anyway. What's so special about this search? And the search feature in Chat GPT, and you can see this little button here on there and it says search. Well, it has to do with the data set it's looking at. If you did a search like, say, list the 5 wealthiest cities in North America, that's a static amount generally, and so all your search stuff would be the same. But if you said, give me what were the highest stock prices today and why would you recommend buying them, that's really timely information. And the search feature that's built into ChatGPT goes out rather than the static the large language model it uses. It goes out onto the web and actually searches for current information. So the information would be more up to date, or more if you're depending on what you're searching on. And that would be the difference. Anyway, it's available for those, and it's coming for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of articles on it too.
Yeah, it's gonna see. Android. Now, this is a real cool article. Android 16 will launch earlier this year than usual, which of course is in 2025. Google's Android VP explains why, and there's a good reason for this. Now, as you know, we just got Android 15, right? Hey, yay! Yeah. So
you may have, but most of the rest of us have not yet.
Well, you might even skip it for 16. Anyway, the point that the important point about this is that the reason I brought this up is because it's coming out in the second quarter of 2025, and that's to coincide with Pixel 10's release. So So as I said earlier this year, and I've said this all along, Pixel 9 is not a good option because it's a short gap between now and Pixel 10, which will have the new Tensor chip, and it will have Android 16. It's going to be a big difference, and it's coincided all to come out in the second quarter of 2025, which is coming right around 2 or 3 months from now. So if you are considering a new phone, Pixel phone, please, I think you should be waiting for Pixel 10, which will be here very soon.
Don't
11 will even be better.
Don't forget the big price tag to go with it too.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, yes, for sure. Oh, speaking of price tag, do you know how much it costs to make a Pixel 9 Pro?
It looks like
$400.
$400.
$400. That's what the article said. It costs $400 to make a Pixel 9 Pro. So the rest is in development costs and I guess profit for Google. Oh, I don't know. I can't get excited. Dan, you guys are Samsung. Samsung debuts its new AI-powered next generation Bixby, but you can't quite use it yet. I'm not.
Nope.
Anyone interested about Bixby? I thought that died.
No, I just switched from Bixby to using the Hey G, and then it chats with you, and I love it because she knows my name.
You like Bixby?
No, the new the Hey G.
Oh, okay.
In my Samsung, I use that in my Samsung phone instead of Bixby, and that's where you can chat with her.
Well, if anyone in the listening is using Bixby and is excited about us, let me know, because I don't have a Samsung phone, but anyway, yes, your Pixel. This was the article, Bob. Your Pixel phone's November update has arrived. So if you do have a Pixel phone, the November drop is out. So do an update and it's available. Bob did it this morning. Huey, have you got this article? I can't see it.
The next one, yeah, I've got it right now.
Okay, just a minute here. Apple releases iOS 18.2 public beta with AI emoji app. Oh, yeah, and so the integration between ChatGPT. So I guess they're going to use their AI and integrate Siri and ChatGPT. This was we talked a little bit about that before, but that is what is out now. So Ray, are you T-Mobile?
I am.
So I was thinking about you this morning.
I am as well.
Okay. And as I've said for the last 6 years, nobody believes me, but I think it's true. The whole future is home-based internet over 5G. T-Mobile shatters world record for 5G uplink speed, reaching 2.2 gigabits 5G home internet.
Now, as an example, where I live, I have 5G from T-Mobile for my phone, but as we've talked about many times before, to get home internet service from the carrier, it has to be line of sight to the towers, and you have to have your router basically perched on a window so it can see it. And if it cannot see it direct line of sight, you cannot get it. Guess what? I cannot get it. So it's not for everybody. So it's wonderful that we have these great speeds. And that's probably in a test case. I don't think you could buy that today.
But it is technically possible now to over a 5G connection to have a home internet service, and your upload speed is 2.2 gigabytes. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that's damn fast, and that's
no doubt about it.
That the technology's there, and it's just a matter of getting the aerial set up and getting it tuned and getting the thing set up. But that is pretty darn fast for a 5G connection for home internet.
I'd be happy with 1G.
Yeah.
And just for the sake of accuracy, it's G small b, so it's gigabits, not gigabytes.
Oh,
okay.
Correct.
If it's a capital B, then it's bytes.
And I still have a device that T-Mobile supplied so that I could get phone service through my internet, because I can't even get 4G where I am from T-Mobile.
Amazon. Oh, this is just bad news, and it gets worse. The problem is that Amazon and Netflix are making so much money with ads on their streaming services now. It's just getting worse. And Amazon Prime Video adds more ads on third-party TVs. So you're going to be seeing this as well. So ads, and ads. And so now we're paying for the privilege of having Amazon Prime, but we also have all the ads to cope with. So
Walmart keeps looking prettier all the time.
ads, and more ads. So thought that would be interesting.
And we're seeing, according to cordcutter.com, I've been watching his videos on a daily basis, and he also releases them as news articles. But there's so many streaming services out there that a lot of them are going to fail in the next year. And a lot of them are the free ones, but not all of them are the free ones. Some of them are the paid ones as well. And so that's why you're seeing more and more ads. But if you remember, when we first went to cable and getting our TV through the cable, we were watching NBC, ABC, CBS, and we were getting ads with all of those. So the day of getting free without ads, even if you pay for it, is getting less and less, because they got to make money. If they don't make money, they go out of business. They make lots of money, then their shareholders are even happier.
This is an article on the Snapdragon 8 Elite versus the Google's Tensor G4. What should be, what's better? Just an interesting article. Both are very, very good. The Snapdragon 8 Elite, of course, will be in the Samsung phone, and the Tensor G4, of course, is in Google. Just good article, and I'm not going to go into it, but it was very interesting. Let's just come down here because we've got let's see,
details on the November Pixel update leaks a bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah. The other one that was an interesting article is, I'll leave this as our last one just before we get into that, is I don't know if you guys saw this Tom's Guide. Google Insight lets you convert your scrappy handwriting to digital text using AI. In other words, forget about OCR. Now, this is not available yet, but coming. And so the idea behind this was interesting, is if you take we have the technology now, is if you write on a notepad digitally as a write, it can then convert that to text, right? And that's been available for a while, but that's done through OCR technology. This is actually using AI to identify what when you're writing and scribbling something on a notepad, the digital one, and it's creating text. It's using AI to figure out what you're saying and what the writing is. Not only that, but you can then change the text, and it goes back and reteaches your writing. So it's a very interesting, and this is called Google Insight, and it's coming out, and it should be available probably probably in addition to Android. I would think this is probably what's going to happen. But I thought it was really interesting, and I thought, well, there you go. Okay, we are about time out. Huey, any more comments or questions or anything we should deal with before the show is finished? Richard Clark, I use Notepad, but on Windows 10. I haven't even got 15 yet. Jeff says, so we have come from free OTA TV with ads to streaming content with even more ads. We have come the full cycle.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
All right.
Of course. Is that it?
That's it. We're caught up.
That's it. All right. Well,
we're finished.
Right on
We
the
are
hour.
top of the hour, right at 10 o'clock. Excellent. Thank you. We want to thank everyone for coming. We do appreciate that your time is valuable. Hopefully, we have given you some value today in the hour that we've had with you. Please, if you do feel there's value there, click that like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. And we want to thank our presenters, our panel today that was here. Thank you, Huey, so much for coming. Thank you for all the work you do, and good luck on your WinSig. Bob, thank you for being here and all those videos. Take it easy with the snow shoveling now. Don't get too
It's almost melted.
melted. That's what I do. I wait till it melts.
Yep.
So anyway,
I don't shovel.
And Ray, good luck. We'll see you on Monday. Although you've got some traveling ahead of you, so you'll be on the road maybe, but we'll get that organized and
We'll
the
see
show
how that
will
works.
go on. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll see you next
Hi,
week.
everybody. Thank you.
And drop by on Monday if you haven't. If you want to see our show on Monday. Bye now.
And Sunday with the Winsick.
Bye-bye.